What's popular, YouTube? Another day, another demo. Today's question is Device the number 3 best player of 2020 on HLTV's top 20 players of 2020? Is he going to be in the top 20 in the number 3 spot? Press 1 if you didn't expect that to happen. That's the new intro. Hopefully that went over smoothly. Today's demo is Device. And the question of the day, as I just mentioned, is how high up on the list is this guy? Right? Let's look at Device. Okay. I like browsing HLTV with you guys, by the way, because I noticed some people are learning how to use the website, and this is the holy grail. Okay, I've come from StarCraft, so we used to have Team Liquid, but when I was doing Valorant, like, they don't have a HLTV. They got sites coming and stuff, but like HLTV is something else. It's something special. It's run by great guys. It's full of all the content you need. You don't need to go anywhere else. So, all right, let's go. Player profile here to look at some of the accolades for Device. Dupree said having a sliding bar on HLTV is his number 1 greatest accomplishment. Trophy sliding bar. Let's look at Dupree's. Okay, he doesn't have all of the... he's got just as many placings in the top 20 players, but not quite as high as Device. Mr. Consistent. And Device, he is, in some sense, the greatest player of all time in CSGO, right? He might not be... if the terminology was like, who is the most individually skilled player of all time, maybe we don't say Device. But in terms of that balance between so much impact individually and all of the results, an overwhelming amount of results, nobody holds a candle to Device. This is topples over Forest, topples over Get Right, topples over Shocks, like in CSGO, we're talking about a player who for the last 5 years has been, so here he's number 20 in 14, and then he's number 3 in 2015. He is number 3 in 2016. He is number 5 in 2017. He's number 2 in 2018, and this was very, very, very close. And then he was number 3 in 2019. Never number 1, always top 5. And I think if we go back to the top players list before, I'm not sure there was one for 2013 and 2012. There wouldn't have been a full year for CS as well. So basically, every year since the game has come out, he's been consistently in the top placings. I guess they're top 20. Let's see, top 20 2013 HLTV. There would be, I was like, Get Right must have a number 1 here. So okay, so there was 2013, and then let's see, we look back on his years active in 2013. Did he play any matches? That's the question. Denmark versus Team France. Okay, it was an active year for him. It was an active year. Okay, so then we go from then, 1 year in, to 2014 and onwards. Always top 20 player. Only 1 year outside of top 5. Pretty insane. Pretty unbelievable. No one's more consistent than that, period. Will Simple rewrite that story? That's a different question, right? Well, if we get to the point where we see Ziwoo's career last to 2024, where he just signed to Vitality for that long, we'll see if they'll hold the candle to Device. For now, Device is holding that trophy as maybe the most valuable player of all time, maybe definitely the most consistent player of all time, maybe in some sense the greatest player of all time, because what is the point of being a great player if you're on a team that doesn't win? The the story of Ziwu becomes interesting because he might be able to say that here's simple, never being able to find a team that wins a major, whatever your accomplishment. You know what? You have to say, simple won Cologne, and Cologne can be harder to win than a major. People may not want it quite as much as a major, in the same sense that, like, if every player, they might grow up and then they want to play CS and eventually they want to win a major. That might be the truth. But it's also true that to get through Cologne, you've got to probably play against more top 10 teams than at a major, where there's regional slots. There's a fair few teams that are feeder teams. There are upset teams and stuff like that. At a Cologne, it's not easy, and it's not like Simple has shown that they can't win one. Has he ever been on a team consistent enough to see through a whole year? No. He's never been on a team with an era. It's pretty much just been about him in that regard, and like what he can do over a long period of time, as opposed to the teams that he's played on. But in this HLTV top 20 conversation, getting a little bit off topic, they like combined our faces for this. Oh my god, that's awful. Don't do that. For the top 20 placings. Sorry, getting way off topic. We'll go back to 2019. Okay, we'll take a look at this. Okay, so this was Device, not even in the conversation for first technically. It just, at this point, these two have shown that they are in their own bracket, and then everybody else comes afterwards. So this is where the story gets very interesting for the top 20. But look at Device, and he is putting up really, really strong stats. It feels like he is third by a huge margin of his own. Like if this was some kind of cycling race, right? Okay, you'd have probably Simple on his bike and Ziwu right here. Let me try to make sure they're like really, really close together so people can see. And then you've got Device like kind of like right here, right? And then you've got the next player up, okay, not too far behind, and we'll find out who that is. And then you've got a bunch of guys like right here. Oh man, they're all trying to come for the spot. Does this make sense? These guys are all on bikes, by the way, if you can't tell. This is just top-down aerial view. And yeah, this is the top 20. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It only gets tighter back here. 19, 20, if I did that right. Okay, does that make sense? And here is the finish line. Not bad, Launders. Great drawing. All right, they're coming to break the ribbon open. Okay, it's dude, it's close, man. It's close. At the front, at the back, excuse me. At the front, this is kind of what it feels like. All right, 1 point. This is like the 1.3 rating group, the 1.27 rating group, and then like the 115 plus gang, something like that. All right, what's Device at here on this year? Let's see. We're gonna go this year 1.20 overall, comparing to, let's just pull up Simple, identical rating as we saw yesterday to Ziwu, 21.29. Okay. Overall on the year, really strong end to the year, and of course had a break in there. So, or sorry, no, it didn't have a break. What am I talking about? It just had to play with different rosters. That was the thing. And then here, if we look at, let's say, his last month, very, very strong end to the month. 1.32 here on the end of the month, and 1.27 overall for Device. And let's take a look here for the end of the year, just this last month, because it was a pretty crazy last month. Whoa. pulled the 1.38 right at the end. That's crazy. That only balances out his rating, though, overall. So, astronomical stats. And what we're going to look at is this crazy last round that, I don't know if it was the last round, but it was Astralis versus Liquid CT side on Dust 2. And, you know, Device just quietly climbed to the top. And I think we'll use, oh, I didn't even load up the demo. Oh my God. We're going to use, I'm probably just going to hop in with, or I'll do HLAE again. I saw that Device is actually playing on native, which is not something that I expected at all. I don't know if that's updated, but last time I checked, it was 1024 by 768 black bars, and that's the last Device demo that we had. But I looked at pro settings, and I don't know who updates it and how updated it is. But right now, Device's pro settings are on 1920 by 1080. So that's what we get to watch this demo on. No more black bars on native for a Device. I think for the first time, when we normally would watch something else. And I don't know if this is, hopefully this isn't the second half that they play on their CT side, but it very well might be. Okay, it is actually. Really unlucky. I made a huge mistake. Yesterday, there's this new game called Aim Gods that came out, which I think it's some kind of marketing ploy by Final Mouse, if you guys know who Final Mouse are, to try to get marketing out of people for playing the game. So they're kind of taking over Twitch by having people stream Aim Gods and telling everybody that they can win a win a Final Mouse by playing the game and getting drops. And so they're charging $30 for the game. It's called Aim Gods. It looks like trash. And if you play it enough, you can have an opportunity to win a mouse. And now you've got a bunch of people on Twitch streaming, not even talking about how stupid the game looks, how horrible it is. It looks like it's like if you played Counter-Strike in Gary's mod or something. Like it's just so, it's not even, no offense to that because it's actually really fun, but yeah, this is a lot worse. But it's pretty funny. So everyone's like, oh, it's a free mouse. Like the game's $30. You paid $30, and then you paid the rest back by marketing the mouse forward to everybody else. I don't want to call it genius, okay, because it's so damn obvious, and I don't want to give them that credit over to Final Mouse. Those guys are crazy. I'm not against how crazy they are with the marketing. At least they're doing something interesting, but still. That's a story about Final Mouse. Okay, now we're going to look at Device here. On the CT side versus Team Liquid. On native. And what color are these gloves is the question. Are these new? Whoa, those actually kind of stand out. I mean, they look a little bit weird with colored skins, but... Huh. Okay. So, tiny little crosshair. One gets pinned to the wall. Second guy flashed. Device takes twists out. Of course, you see that he's like peeking into where the flash is going to land. I don't know exactly how aware Device is of exactly where the flash will land, but the value of extending a bit too far is when teams have set stuff, set flashes, set smokes. If you play closer to the choke points that they're coming out of, you can catch them doing stuff like that where they look silly. Oh, they're actually turned around because they're playing anti-flash. Because as the game got harder, people stopped just lobbing a nade over and then running out as the nade came out, right? People started running out earlier with the flashes, sometimes going half blind. Sometimes, you know, coming into a site and then while you're fighting somebody, a flash pops behind you and then you're like slightly blind. There's been all kinds of adjustments like that to get a slight edge. So the counter, of course, is to now to take the fights a little bit earlier while they're in the choke points. Right before they're about to turn the corner. And I have no idea how interesting. Well, I mean, overall, this game, because of this like one round that's going to come up, is pretty damn interesting. But we'll see. We'll see what happens before we get there, because it's just one of those games where Device puts up like a 20 kill half and you don't even notice. It honestly just feels like it's every game that he does that. And I saw someone talk about the difference between Astralis and Vitality in a way that I didn't expect. That Device has better teammates than Ziwu has. And I want to know if you guys think that's true. Because on paper, I would say, I mean, I would look at Vitality as a really, really skilled lineup and just as much of a good team. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like they've got more, like with Navera, I feel like they have more skill than Astralis. I mean, Astralis literally, Device said that G2 are the most skilled team in Europe. So if that's true, I think Vitality are, with Navera, even more. Because they have number one player of 2019. They have Navera, who has literally lost like 3 maps in total on the roster out of like 15, or out of 19, or something ridiculous. Multiple grand finals plus victories. And then you have Shocks in form. You have RPK in form. Oof. That's a grim peak right there. I think this round almost comes close. No, not really. But where do you stand on that? Who do you think has more individual skill, Astralis or Vitality? Because I think if you put a gun to my head and you're like, answer in 2 seconds, I think I would just say I would blurt out Vitality, not Astralis. But if I would think about it, then maybe I would lean slightly back towards somewhere in the middle. Like, oh, it's too hard to say. But I can actually see a world where Astralis are on perfect form and Vitality overtake them this year. I can see it. I think that would be my bold. Maybe that'll be my bold prediction for this next year. I don't know how bold that will be, but that Vitality could be the number one team next year. Astralis have shown incredible feats, being able to replace part of their system, have part go on break, deal with drama, motivation issues, burnout, come back, and just win at the end of the year. Win DreamHack Masters, Europe, win, which was a nightmare bracket, win IEM. It's completely absurd that they're able to do that. They proved a ton. And they keep saying how they're not back in full form. And I can see that. They're clearly not quite as dominant. But I think for a lot of us, we're already so impressed with like the fact that they could bounce back, right? Like, let me put it this way. This could have very easily been a situation. Think about the narrative that didn't happen. I think more people need to do this more often, in like terms of writing and stuff like that, where if we look back in June when they switched over to Yugi and Snappy and they had the burnout thing going on, if they never recovered from that moment, no one would say a word. All that would say is that this is normal. A team does not recover when replacing players or players take a break. Players have disappeared in the past and not come back. It was historically a thing that did not work out well for players. Taking a break is almost never a good idea. But you do have a couple of stories. RPK, who took a giant break into CSGO, came back from Source and has actually gotten so good and is on number one team in the world. But Olaf, he never recovered. He actually was just a completely different player when he got back after his break. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of unbelievable. But Astralis, they recovered. They recovered completely, I would say. So I don't know. I feel like it must be talked about. It wouldn't have been disappointing to anybody really to be like, oh, they didn't come back. It's like, well, you know, they're not the same. We would have given them a free pass in terms of the narratives. Huh. Look at the smoke that device throws. On the corner of Cat. So I guess he can sit out here and fight. He throws it to last quite as long as the other smoke. Ah, it's interesting. We don't see anybody cross up just yet, so we won't see how it's used. But he's here to try to get back some map control in this 3-on-4 situation. And it is time to be mobile, because we don't know where Liquid are off to. But they've cut noise. They haven't gone Cat. My prediction is they weren't long. My prediction is at this point, if they haven't been spotted long, I wouldn't say that Liquid normally would sit and hold that long for so 45 seconds. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess. I guess I could be going. I'm gonna guess B. I guess we can hear their nades now. Are they doing some kind of? Is it their nades? Yeah, it must be. I heard like 2 smokes, right? No rotation yet. I guess we are just gonna save, I guess. Okay, so they held long, and then they just came up late in the straw. So all right, well, if they do that, we'll just save. Well, I'm about as smart as Device. Okay, that's what I learned from that round. Blue barrel cross. No one shows up. There's a couple of CTs inside of CT spawn. What are they going to do? Boost double stack? They've still got long control here. Device saw that no one's pushed up Cat. So let's see how aggressive he gets on Cat. If he's just going to wait on the corner. He's comfortable getting there, I guess, after holding mid for that long. And no information towards mid. Nothing up Cat. No reason to necessarily be afraid. I think Astralis are assuming it's probably B, at least for the next few seconds. And then waiting to see for more information. Because they've got a lean here, so they're pretty comfortable for mid to B split. They've got the Cat presence. It's really just Liquid's move. They come back. Oh my god, the double. That he barely after image flash, and he literally lines up the collateral. There's somebody in the comments said collaterals aren't always luck. It's a lie. Once in a blue moon, you'll line up 2 players purposefully. 999 other percent of the time, you're just trying to hit a shot. And sometimes you get both. Sometimes you see 2 players like, I'll go for it, but I just need one. And yeah, it sucks to lose 2 full kits of utility and a ton of information all at once. They don't have Cat. They can't repeat Cat anymore. They lost 2 players in 1 millisecond together, turning the corner. They lose a huge player advantage, and they don't get the trade. So that's how powerful that collateral was. It just ended their odds. It ended their whole hope of winning the round. You see, Device specifically standing here means that he can avoid this Molotov. And fight over top of it. And of course, the game of the fallback grenades. Okay, let's see how he responds. He's going for the car position, going back towards long to fight. And in my opinion, he's the best player at this position. So I call it simple, the best CT rotator on Nuke. I think Device is the best car player on Dust 2. Anything that has to do with long, dodging flashes, finding picks across Cat, I think Device is the absolute best. And hopefully I can show why. It's just really about this angle, this long angle crossing Cat here that you can see from his perspective, and how you dodge flashes and where you take your fights, and then, you know, judging whether it's going to be a spawn drop rush towards you or if it's going to be a long split, and how you chop up those angles and deal with them. So hopefully a nice exec will come his way, and then we can see. So we're moving in for the retake from tunnels. See, Device has a pretty smooth aim, right? He doesn't move too quickly. It's kind of actually very consistent with the rest of his teammates. No one's that snappy. I think the only person who really flicks maybe Magisk. If I had to go off the top, I gotta watch some Magisk or Zipix demos. I don't know if we have any. But you can see he's a beast even with a rifle. He out-duels plenty. Holy hell, he actually got a pick down Suicide. I think that might have been Naf jumping Suicide with the flashes, but the perfect pre-aim. Okay, so here, the cat exec looks like it's coming maybe fast. So again, this is just about him watching the corner of the smoke, waiting for flashes to come over, and then trying to block the first flash so you go for a peek, and then consistently giving up a little bit of ground, but not too much, and then looking for another fight and another fight and another fight. And it's just one of those things that it's, of course, you know, not complicated on paper. It's just harder than it seems, because the whole point of the T flashes is for Device to get him off this position, to flash him to hell, to make him eat one really bad and have a T be able to cross around, or to send him off to long because he has no opportunities to hit. If the T's can cross the corner on Cat, plant the bomb, like, it's a terrible situation, of course. And now we're going to have the split coming in. Device falls back to car. He has to worry still about Cat in this position. He eats a flashbang. Molotov comes this way, readjusts for twist, and out into the Molotov, he finds the collateral. A double. Doesn't even see Stewie, okay? Incidental damage on Stewie. But that's pretty. That's the round. That's the round where I'm calling for a goddamn graffiti. Okay, yeah. Nav says, "God damn." XD. That's where I'm calling for a goddamn graffiti. That was such an insane ace, like unreal. I can't believe we already got 2 collaterals this half, and now suddenly he's on an M4. I'm not even sure what's going on. Whoa, the Fallen Star Ladder sticker. Whoa, that looks cool. The fuck? I didn't know you could do that. It's a really cool use of the sticker. I gotta experiment more with scratching off the stickers. Oh, are they gonna come B? Maybe. All right, let's see how we deal with this. So they've got the pinch on middle. Okay, they got Magisk by the door. They have one in the smoke in mid. They're waiting for the lurks here, and Device on trying to draw attention here for Magisk, and he does plenty of damage. Okay, they actually just win the round right there, and then we stick onto the M4. We see the late flashes coming out. Nobody's committed, and now we're just gonna clear blue bin out. Doesn't even seem like there's anybody there, and it's all a fake. So now we're gonna watch mid to B and make sure that no one can run out. Yeah, they actually do go for the fast mid B split. I think that's the, I don't know if it's the same way that G2 do it, but G2 used to do this the best, where they would throw a lot of long stuff and then just fast hit mid, really. Good call knowing Device is on an M4, not opping in that situation. And now the game becomes a bit closer here. Device back onto the op. They heard all those same long flashes, but they have tunnels control. And so now it seems less like a fake. Well, that's one for free. Smoke is bad. He can actually... Someone, I think he calls one crossed. And now he's just got to be kind of worried about the site. And instantly they start thinking about going for a retake position. But the smokes aren't great, and they come up. I think... I want to say this patience pays off, but I can't exactly remember. Did he see someone there? 2 left. We have the corner flash, just bounces nice and low. It just... There, and that's it, actually. That's the game, one and done. I don't do anything with, like... I actually just wake up and shower. I cut my hair myself the other day, but I don't even. It's just random. I just roll the dice every morning, see what happens. But this isn't about me. It's about Device and whether or not he can be number 3 on the HLTV top 20. This is the question. Hey, we just are here to admire the stats. G2, how does this work? Is Vitality, they're on here. Okay. G2 ends Vitality, Navi. I wonder what is going on here with the how it shows. Like, where's oh no, complexity are there. These are all the lineups. This isn't seriously the only. These aren't seriously the only teams that Astralis played this year, is it? What about, is Big on here? No, Big's not on here. 1, 2. Wait, Big's not even here. What is going on? What am I doing wrong? 2020. Furia's not here. Who else played him? Everyone. Liquid's not here. Last 12 months. That doesn't change at all. Is this bugged? Do I know what year it is? Here's the Liquid. Whoa, holy crap. Oh, okay. We farms Liquid. What the hell? Okay, Mouse Sports. Mouse Sports are here. Chris J. All right, just the 2 different lineups of Mouse Sports. Okay, anyways, I don't know. I think you can see where this is going. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment. Okay? Bye, everybody.